Hi everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I am going to read Fullmetal Alchemist volume 3 or like the Omnibus version volume 3. So this covers volume 7, 8 and 9 and is by Hiromu Arakawa. And I am very excited to continue. We are on chapter 26 to meet the master. Wasn't that what we were doing? I think we are about to like try to unlock. I really need to start to read and it was intense. Al's memories for what he saw inside the thing because he obviously has seen more than Ad. So let's find out. Okay, so we have Ad first of all leaving to the capital because he needs to take like that state alchemist test every year to see if he can still be a state alchemist and not get fired. We see Scar who's still healing, and then one of the people in the camp that he was healing in sold him out, but then he leaves. He kills the two people who was after him and he leaves the camp, says it's time to go out there again, even though one dude they tried to talk to him and say that he's on a pointless revenge. Then we had Al going to the people where they got that note from, like, come here if you want answers, and then he goes there and then he's like, I'm gonna fight you guys, but then he runs off and thinks that he's gonna escape in this like labyrinth thing, but then he gets caught. And now they talk, Master and the others talk about how he's like, oh, maybe he got kidnapped, and they were like, haha, as if that would ever happen. And the people was gonna take him, one of them went into his armor and he was like, even though I can't feel it, it's super weird. So he got kind of owned a bit and he's gone with them. I don't understand if he got owned on purpose, like why did he go to see them if he knew he couldn't beat them, or if like this is his plan, or if this is actually like what happened. I'm a bit unsure, but he's taken with them to see their master. We have pieces coming together. So now we have chapter 27, the Beasts of Dublith. Okay, we have Al being questioned by Greed, and he also has a mark that Lust and Gluttony had, so he recognizes that mark, and then he gets like hit really hard in his head by one of his, like, I was gonna say minions, and then Al is like, oh my god, you killed him, but then he like resurrects at once, and he's like, what, are you immortal? He says he is not necessarily immortal, but he's an artificial human being, which Al had been told was impossible, but it has worked on him. I wonder if Al is going to ask for a artificial like body, since like he is in the armor body, and then they try to question him about like what he saw in the place. I guess that's what they want to find out. And I also think that his brother died because they want to talk about how they made his body, and then he says that he's gone, and then they think that he's dead. And then we see Ad arriving at the station, and or not the station, but the headquarters in the south, and the test is literally just like the dude with the eye patch, I don't know his name, but one of the like secret leaders in the place that I think, if I can see the characters overview in the beginning, yes, Alex Louis Armstrong works directly under him, and then he can say that what he had ordered to Roy, but he was there too, and then he signed like the papers at once that he passed, and he said that I have no doubt you would have passed with flying colors, but we're going to do it like this because I know what you done last year. So he passed at once, and then he's like, yay. And then we switch over to teacher, who find out that he has been kidnapped like Al, and she's going after him. She's like super badass, just like kicking the ass of this whole gang that has taken him, and now is in the room with Al, aware who is being questioned, and she's like, I'm a housewife, because they were like, who are you? And she was really, really badass and cool with her husband. She's there to save him. So I wonder again if Al will ask for artificial human body or what's going on, who knows. But we have chapter 28, which is A Fool's Courage. So we got the Greed dude saying that he wants an equivalent in change like alchemy is, that he wants the info of how to make the body of, like, how to do the soul thing that they did to Al, and then he would teach them about like the artificial body thing. But then Ad needs to come back, so teacher leaves, and then Ad does come back, and also the mustache dude did follow him, as well as it seems other people from the like state alchemists. And then teacher tells Ad about like what happened, and he goes there and he's so mad. Like, they saying that like, you want a deal, but I'm never gonna make a deal with you. You heard teacher, you kidnapped my brother. I'm never gonna do it. And he attacks them. And I think the fight is still going, and like the body that the dude had, Greed had, was like pretty, but then like when he needed to use up all his power, he kind of turned more like, I don't even know, like he kind of looks like a, I don't know, artificial, like a robot kind of thing. So yeah, he kind of turned, I don't even know, ugly is maybe the wrong word. He's not ugly, but like He doesn't look human anymore, is maybe what I want to say. While at the same time, some of his croonies ran off with Al in his arms. Then outside, we actually have Armstrong with the mustache dude and like his, I was going to say, what's it called? Lieutenant, one of the leaders in the army, the one with the eye patch. So they are outside and they're going to go in and arrest Greed and the others in there. He actually said the others should be eliminated except to Greed. So they are there and are going to help, maybe. Hopefully. I mean, in theory, they are on, Al and Ed's side because they work for the government, but we don't like the government since they seem evil and corrupt. So we shall see. But we have chapter 29, The Eye of the King. Okay, the state alchemists are raiding the lair, and then we have Armstrong going first, and then he meets one of the people. I think he seemed that he mentioned that he worked for them, and he say that, not saved their life, but he spared their life. The eye patch dude does show up, and apparently he's like, I think he's the leader of everyone because his name is Further President King Bradley. So I think he's the leader of all the alchemists. I don't know if he was just one of like the lieutenants or like leaders, but it seems like he's the leader of all of them because someone said, what is the most important man in the whole country doing here? Armstrong seemed to work directly under him, and he was annoyed at Armstrong for saving someone, and he was like, this is why you were never promoted. We also have Ed's and Greed's fight, and Ed is losing, and then the other like alchemists come in and they like grab him, and then Greed tries to run. He is with Al now and is gonna like leave, but then for her president King Bradley shows up, which I'm gonna forget the name of definitely, and he's like attacking him so fast that he can't heal because he kept regenerating like Greed did. Ed was also very what's it called, sad that they took him away when he was gonna fight him. He's like, I'm gonna keep fighting, but they didn't let him. King Bradley, I'm gonna call him that, did also kill the people that Armstrong spared. So yeah, but it seemed like, Armstrong tried to leak something to Roy earlier in the last one, right? So it seems like Armstrong is, yes, working underneath him, but not completely on Bradley's side. I don't know, but we are soon done with volume. I was going to say volume 1, but it's volume 7. And we are just going to read a side story. The second lieutenant goes to battle. Yay. Lol, it was literally just one of the people that work on a Roy that got dumped with his girlfriend because he worked too much. And then he was almost set up with Armstrong's sister, and he had a lot of like prejudices of how she would look because Armstrong looks in a certain way, like big and buff. But then she was like cute in a different way, which is a bit stupid, whatever. And then she didn't want to go out with him because she wanted a big, strong man like her brother. And he got ditched and laid in bed for a week. So it was like a fun little story. And now we are going to Fullmetal Alchemist Volume 8, which is always, of course, exciting. But it can go so fast. We're going to chapter 30, which is the truth inside the armor. Do we want to know? I don't know if I want to know. So we have King Bradley kicking ass, and it seems like Greed is losing because he just kills him over and over and he can't do anything. And then two of his I was gonna say minions again, they're really loyal to him, come and try to save him, but they know they're gonna die. And the girl is still inside Al. So then they are like, please don't let her out, so that then she would die. And she was like a young girl. So he tries to keep her in there, and he does. And then Bradley does kill like the two minions. I don't know what they actually did with Greed. Did he get away? I don't think so. He's like stabbed him. I don't think he got away. And then he stabs the girl inside out while she's still there. And some blood went on his like symbol inside of him. So he gets some flashes to deny he lost his body, but nothing about transfiguration. That's not how you say that word, but you get what I meant. He like seems very traumatized. I mean, I would probably be traumatized as well if someone got stabbed and died inside my body. And then they're about to go back to teacher, but before they go, Bradley, do you have questions for them? They're like, did you reveal anything about the military or like anything else about your bodies? And they're like, and then Al talks afterwards about like how Al got some flashes of those memories, and also that there's a conspiracy inside the military. And it was weird that Bradley wanted to kill everyone there and not like interrogate any of them. I mean, obviously because it's not a conspiracy, I think, but like they are like, we should stay close to the military for a little while. Then we switch over to the girl that works under Roy. Her name is Lieutenant Hawkeye. And then she gets attacked by this armor that is also empty. And she has, someone like that armor, which is Al, obviously. And she's like, how do you know Al? And he doesn't want to answer. And then she calls Roy and is saying that she has captured something really weird. And he says that Barry the Chopper, a convicted criminal who was supposed to be executed, was That the one that not Al but Ed fought when they were in that prison and didn't understand what he were doing there when they were like going after clues about the Philosopher's Stone, or was it someone else? I'm not sure. I don't remember. I just remember someone escaped prison, but I don't know if there was that character or if it was someone else. But we have chapter 31, the snake that eats its own tail. Things were revealed, things were exposed. Okay, so first we had Roy interrogating like the armor killer person who was supposed to be executed, and that was the person that they fought when they found that lab. And he talks about like what they were doing to them at the lab. They were using people as ingredients for the Philosopher's Stone, or trying to at least. And Roy's like, oh, so this is very sus, obviously. And then the armor person serial killer is going to stay with one of the people working for Roy. And now we have Bradley saying that, welcome back, Mr. President. How was your inspection of the site area? They like talking to him. He's working directly for us and the others who are working for Father. So he is apparently Wrath, and it was like made as into another sibling after Greed left them. So Greed never like apparently disappeared like 60 years ago or something. So he apparently has made into like the body thingy that ages, which is impossible, but not really impossible, because nothing is impossible, which is apparently impossible, but obviously nothing is impossible in alchemy. We also glimpse his father, who seems to be sitting in this like machine thing. And then he drinks like alchemy slug to stay alive. He's probably a billion years old. So all the other people are there, like Lust, Sloth is in a machine thingy. He's 100% working with them. We already kind of knew he was sus, but we didn't know, obviously. Yeah, how was sus. And Greed was asked, would you want to work for me again? Like the father asked him. He's like, no. So he's put down in like this alchemy boiling thing. And then he actually dies. And then we see Bradley coming home to his wife and son. And they're like, Father! And he's like, oh, I'm so glad I'm home. And then they're just like, he's super, super sus, obviously, because he is. I mean, is he human? How did he get a kid? I don't understand that part. Like, if his body is not real. I have no idea. But a lot of things were revealed, but we kind of knew this already in a way. I'm wondering if we reveal this stuff soon or use the rest of the series to reveal this. Because obviously there is many like plot lines at the same time going on now, like this conspiracy with Wrath, and then I assume we eventually, if we defeat Wrath, we need to defeat Father at a point. We also have, you know, the whole them figuring out the bodies, and then we also have Scar plotline. Chapter 32, Emissary from the East. I kind of don't even know who's good or bad, because we kind of have bad and good people. I mean, that is a whole philosophical question as well, like what is good or what is bad, but you get what I mean. Okay, either way. Okay, so first we have the town where there was like coal and stuff and like coal mines, and there's this girl that shows up, and she seems to be from this kingdom in the east. Her name is Mei Shang. It seems like that kingdom. She has also tiny pandas. So it seems like that kingdom is kind of inspired by China, I would say. And like the country they are in, it seems inspired by Germany, since like they have a fur dude thing. Then she saves some people in this cave in because she uses alchemy, and they're like, oh, super cool. They tell her about Ed and Al, and then she's going out to find them because she wants to find the Philosopher's Stone. And then we switch over to Rush Valley with Winry because Ed needs to fix his arm again. She's always angry but does it, and she wants to come back with them to Central because she wants to thank Hugh's family for being able to stay with them. And I am like, she doesn't know he's dead yet, so that's super sad. And then this dude shows up, which name he's like actually starving to death, and they help him, and his name is Lin Yao, and he seems to also come from this kingdom in the east that like you have to cross a desert, and it's like a lot of work. And he's also looking for the Philosopher's Stone because he also wants to become immortal. I don't know if he is with May, but like I don't know if they came together and then just arrived in different towns. They get separated in the desert or something. I don't know, but he's there. They like, no, we don't know anything. Bye. But then he has like some goons there that like grab stamina. Like, you guys clearly know more than you're saying. So yeah, that's how it stopped basically. So we have chapter 33, Showdown in Rush Valley. So they have a little fight, and Al and Ad do really well. Al also does alchemy without the circle thing. That's the first time he does that. Ad takes off the mask of one of the people that are fighting, and it turns out she's a young girl about his age as well. So now we have another young, can I call him Chinese? I don't even know. I'm Chinese. I'm just saying that like how to differentiate them because I don't think we got her name. There were the prince from the country, and the prince seemed to be the one that was like looking for the stone initially. He realizes that maybe he should just learn from them instead of like attacking them. And they're like, but you shouldn't grovel in front of them. And he's like, well, I need to learn from them. He also sacrifices his arm to defeat them. And then the people in the village are mad at them again for ruining stuff. And then he talks a lot with Winry, and he's like, you are an amazing woman, like the prince dude. It seems like he's going to come with them to Central. And then the girl, she took off the mask off. They can't find him, like the other, like his, his subject can't find him because he always disappears. And I hope there's not pass out somewhere. We also see Scar in a wagon with this dude. They are going somewhere. And the dude is trying to ask him about his name. And then Scar says that he has like cast away his name because names matters a lot for Isab balance. But Scar doesn't have his real name anymore. I really hope we get like some sort of arc for him and his story, like more than hidden just seeing him on revenge. This seems like the dude wants to come with them. It was really interesting to add more characters from another country, etc. But it just also felt really random, but I'm here for it. So now we have a little special section, PlayStation 2 game prologue, Fullmetal Alchemist and the Broken Angel. A game prologue for a PlayStation 2 game. Oh my god, okay, let's just read it. I almost didn't even get the prologue thing. It was just like, they're going somewhere. They're going to the town governed by the Alchemist's new highest guard. But I don't think we actually got to go there because this was always your prologue for a game. A PlayStation 2 game we can't even get anymore. Oh my god. I mean, you can probably get it and then you need to get a PlayStation 2 if you still have that, which probably a lot of people do, to be honest. So now we're going to volume 9, which is already a last volume. I felt like it went very fast. I want to like, the overview of characters at the beginning. I want to like the new characters there because I keep forgetting people's names. Like 66, which I think is like the prisoner. We have the name of that character, but not other characters that are actually there. I have no idea. 34 is the footsteps of a war comrade. So in this we found out that the prince that came is like 15 and he's still taller than Adam, and they all make fun of him. And then we have Rory investigating into the murders and the conspiration. And then we see him like being access this, what's it called, like archive. He's not supposed to. So the girl that I think remembers everything gets a bit of a talking to, and she tells another dude what he was researching in there. He seems to tell it to this other dude that goes and reports to like the evil people. And now Roy is being accused for the murder of Hughes. And then also for a moment we had him and Armstrong in the toilet talking without really talking, because obviously they're on the same side, but Armstrong can't say. Now we have chapter 35, the sacrificial lamb. Okay, so I was wrong. It was not Roy that was accused of Hughes' mother. It was Maria. Maria was the other bodyguard to, Al and Ed. And then she is arrested. We also have Lan, who is a prince, being also arrested because he passes out in the streets because he's hungry and he doesn't have a passport. So he's an illegal immigrant and I put him in prison. And then 66, the serial killer robot thing, sees that she's arrested and he lies her, I think, after they met in prison. She was arrested because the bullet that she shot when she was saving Al and Ed was apparently the one used in use or something. That's obviously because the evil people behind it took the bullet or something. I honestly don't even know. But since there are no records of that night happening, she can't prove this and doesn't have a witness. Then when the 66 comes to save her, he also saves Lan. Was it Lan? I think that was his name. Then now she's a fugitive, and then we see Roy saying he's gonna step out for a moment, and then he meets her in the alleyway. They also come over, Ed and Al, and they run after her because they'd just seen the news that Hughes is dead. And right before that, Roy actually lied and said that Hughes had just retired to the countryside because he didn't want to tell them that he actually died. And now he's like running after Maria and it's like, did you actually kill him? And then he comes into an alleyway where she met Roy, and then like the burn of arm is on the street where it says Maria on like the, I was gonna say, identification thing. And he says like, how could you do this? Explain yourself. I don't think he killed her. I honestly think that he just literally burned off her arm and she had to sacrifice that so that people think she's dead. But we shall see. We shall see if I'm wrong. We have chapter 36, Alchemist in Distress. Okay, so we have them identifying the body, and according to dental records, it is her. And I'm like, no, I don't doubt so. And Armstrong is like crying because they're all like, wasn't that taking a bit too far, Roy? And he's like, sorry, it's been so long. But then he tells Armstrong to take some days off in a place he talked about earlier. So I'm like, okay, she's definitely alive because she's probably there. And then we have Winry find the paper with the death thing of use. She visits us, his wife and his daughter, and is super, super sad. And then Al also comes over and he apologizes because he was investigating this because of him. But then she says like, oh, he gave his life because he was having something else that was typical of him. You guys can't give up now. You need to keep going to find these answers. And they're like, okay, we better if she just shoot us out. And Winry bakes this apple pie that she wanted him to try, that she got taught when she was there last, and she's crying because she wanted him to try it, and then eating it, and it's good, and it's really sad. And then we switch over to Lost and them, who says that, okay, so they all thought that 66 died when they burned down the laboratory, and then they're saying, now it's your turn, Barry the Chopper, which seems to be some kind of person they locked up that they have used and made or something, which is obviously sad. But yeah, overall, sad scenes. And Roy, like, pretending he's all harsh and evil, but we all know he's not. Okay, I think this is the last chapter in volume 9, which is chapter 37, The Body of a Criminal. Okay. So in the last chapter, we basically have Roy talking on the phone, and it sounds like he's talking to a girl. He's talking to Elizabeth, or Hawkeye, but like they're talking in code while apparently they are being attacked, like the dude that works for Roy, and then like obviously 666 or 66, and then there's someone in a mask, and I'm a bit stupid because I don't know who that is. Who is that? Is someone in a mask helping them? And then being attacked by like the person that was in the cage in the last chapter. And then it says there's only 10 to 20 more guys coming or something. But it seems like there's only one person. Then Gluttony shows up behind Elizabeth. And then Roy's like, hello, are you there? And then he's driving like super fast there and hoping he will make it in time. Before that, we also had Armstrong dragging Ad over to like a meeting that is happening. We have Lynn, who was there through the window. But Lynn said that Barry the Chopper told him everything that was going on. And I didn't really get that part because I thought Barry the Chopper was the dude in the cage, but I guess that's someone else. Yes! I heard all about your adventures from Barry the Chopper. It's quite a mess you got yourself into. Why did Lynn say that? Because Barry the Chopper was the one in the cage. I'm so confused because, like, how could he have talked to Barry the Chopper if he was the one in the cage? Wait! He means 66. Because apparently Barry the Chopper, the creature that's attacking him, has Barry the Chopper's body. And Lynn talked to, you know, he was saved by him from prison. So that's his name. I thought Barry the Chopper was the person in the cage, but the person in the cage is not a person then, I guess. I was just confused. Okay, so I guess I got kind of over you now. But yeah, we're in the middle of attack. We kind of ended on a cliffhanger in volume 9. And now I'm done with this video. Obviously, I'm having so much fun. It is such a great adventure and a time. I'm thoroughly like impressed by like all the plotting and all the pieces coming together. And I'm very excited to continue. I don't really have more thoughts than that. But it's cool. It's a bit sad. It's tinted of sadness. But also many, many other good times. They have a lot of different cool characters that I really enjoy. I don't even know what emoji fits for this video. I will literally just leave a, like, the robot face once again, because I feel like that one fits the vibes. Even though, in theory, that was a robot and not a armor, but I don't think there's an armor emoji. And the robot we can pretend is just an armor for Al. Thank you so much for watching this. You should see me soon in a new one. Yeah, bye!